Namaste, beautiful mamas. Someone asked me to share how I deal with sleep deprivation, and here are my tips. I'm actually going to share one very powerful tip, the most powerful tip for sleep deprivation or anything dealing with a baby. That's my tip. It's okay if we disagree, of course, especially with such subjects. Usually, everybody has to find their way. But my most powerful tip of how to deal with it is flow with it, because things are out of your control. When you are dealing with a baby, things are going to be out of your control. If you want to remain in control, it's going to be willpower to willpower, and most likely the baby will find a way to break your willpower, or you will defeat the baby and break their will. So the path of least resistance here will offer you the most relaxed time when the baby is going through witching hour or teething or just sleeplessness. Just flow with it. I just had a very powerful experience with my baby Lotus. She's teething already, and she had 2 in a row nights of staying up till 3 and being fussy, needing to be rocked in her rocker, and every so often picked up and we dance with her or do squats or things that calm her, and we listen to music the entire time because she loves certain songs and they keep her calm. But meaning there is no sleep till 2, 3 in the morning, and generally I flow with it. I don't have a set mind of when I'm gonna go to bed, because if I do and I get disappointed, that's when resistance starts, and that's when I start feeling tired because I have expectations. When I don't have expectations, but I tell myself I will get to sleep eventually and I will sleep in the morning, things flow. Now if you're a working mom or you have to wake up really early for other kids, now I get it. It gets tougher and tougher, so you have to find other ways to work with your mind. But the thing is, flow with the baby, because sometimes no matter how much you try to schedule your baby, they will win or they will have their own biorhythms, and normally they're so intuitive and instinctive, and you're so intuitive if you listen to it, that if you flow with it, they're gonna teach you how to parent them best. So the reason why they do things, sometimes we don't know, or science doesn't know why they do things, but it is very important to their development and to their health. So serving them it's best. I feel that when me serving her makes her a calmer baby, a happier baby, so she cries less. Because we don't cry too much, we kind of do things with ease. I follow her schedule, and she's gotten herself on a pretty good schedule, I feel, because I don't try to schedule her, so that there is a natural synergy between us. We create a schedule that works for both of us, and also I feel that the less we stress them out and stress ourselves out, the less they're stressed, and it's a holistic system of you and the baby, because you were one anyways for quite a while, so it should continue working that way. And that's when they're babies. As I go towards other stages, I'll share more. But to me, and I'll share the experience. So I've been flowing with it. If we go, sometimes she surprises me and goes to bed at my bedtime, which is midnight. That's my bedtime. I go to bed a little late, and sometimes she surprises me and she goes to bed at midnight and then she sleeps for 7 hours. So awesome, because we're flowing. But sometimes it's 12 and she's not going to bed, and it's 1 and she's still not going to bed, and I just tell myself, we're gonna listen to music and enjoy this time and we'll have fun, and eventually she goes to bed and I sleep in and I feel amazing the next day. I don't know, because there's no resistance in my body. I think that's the key. And the other night she couldn't go to bed because she was in pain. Actually, she was teething. She was rubbing her mouth and sticking her hands in, touching her gums, so I'm sure she was teething, and rubbing her ear, and she had redness on her cheek. She just had all the signs that the discomfort is here. And And she's only 3 months and 2 weeks I'm postpartum, but she's old, and that's early, but she can start teething before any teeth appear. So I, as a mom, I know she's teething because she's showing me the signs, and I am in tune with her. I can see what's going on. So she was teething, and I had my friend coming over in the morning, and she started fussing at 9 o'clock in the evening when I was finishing dinner. So I didn't even get to clean up the table, to wash dishes. Just the kitchen was a mess, the bedroom was a mess, and I knew that I have to get up early, and even if I don't clean up and just apologize for the mess to my friend, I still knew that I have to get up and just shower and get myself ready, and that created resistance. I was like, let's go to bed, and that made me break down, cry, and eventually I gave in, and I said it'll be fine. I'm just not gonna clean, I'm not gonna worry, we'll go to bed whenever we go to bed. And when I let go of my resistance, I giggled and smiled, and energy came in, and I wasn't falling asleep and all over the place because I got infused with the energy of flow, of no resistance. And then the next night we did the same thing, teething till 2:30, but I just listened to music, I read articles online as I was rocking her, and somehow the next morning I feel so inspired and so full of energy, and I do my work, and we take baths in the sun. Just, that's my tip. No resistance. I'm sure I have other tips, but I wanted to give you this most powerful tip of how to deal with sleepless nights. Obviously, diet and is very important. And the other very important thing is when you nurse, try to nurse laying down. If you don't have twins, obviously. If you're bottle feeding, you can also lay down, because when you lay down, when you're horizontal, your immune system is in full swing, and you're resting. Even though you're not sleeping, you're still resting. You can even close your eyes. So I've been nursing probably 95% of the time, breastfeeding her as we're laying on my side and facing her, and she's laying on her side, and I feel that that's given me more energy than when I used to have full night of sleep. So those are my tips. Also, I'm enjoying it. I'm just grateful to have this time in the evening, and just the general attitude of joy, gratitude. Choosing that attitude in the morning will really help you to deal with sleepless nights. That's my tip. I know a lot of YouTube videos are gonna be like, schedule your baby and put your baby to bed and do this and that, and that's how you get sleep. Well, mine goes a little against the grain, but that's my tip. And a lot of yoga people maybe like the flow. Maybe some people don't know how to schedule anyone else, so just forcing things doesn't work. But anyways, baby's calling me. Also, one more tip I have, and maybe I'll go deeper into it in other videos, is try not to have preconceived ideas of how you're going to deal with your baby before you meet her or him, or before you know what they want, because they're going to tell you what they want. And I was thinking before I had her that, you know, carrying her around in a carrier makes perfect sense, because she was inside of me and she would want the touch and the constant caring, and just kind of to have an easy welcoming into the world. But in reality, she's an independent baby, and she wants to be held for a little bit, and then she wants her independent time. And for her that makes sense, because she also wants to find who she is and wants to be independent in the world. So she's trying to build her own independence with my help and with my love. She needs me, but she doesn't need me 24/7, is my point. And some babies probably do need you at first 24, but you shouldn't tell them what they need. You should just kind of tune in and see what they want. So basically, she didn't need what I was thinking she will need. And I was obviously okay with that, because obviously I flow with her and what she wants. And that applies to a lot of things I did with her. Just, they weren't things I expected I will do, but she led me that way. She showed me what she wants. You can see she's not a baby that wants to be held for too long. She starts to kind of fuss, and I put her down, and then when she's down, she plays, and we play, and we talk, and she likes to talk. And then she tells me she wants something else, and we just rotate different positions. So that's another thing. Don't have preconceived ideas, or do not read necessarily. You can educate yourself, but do not read from books what you're gonna what you're going to do with your baby, because I need to put her in a chair. Do not read what you're gonna do with your baby, because that might not be what the baby will want. Tune into your baby, have some ideas, but really don't have expectations. Your baby, she wants to be put down. I'll put you down, mama. Your baby will just show you what she wants, and sometimes it will surprise you. Okay, mama. Okay. Okay. Is that better? Is that better? So do not have preconceived ideas of what she will be like. Every baby is different, the way every human is different. They have different needs, different desires, and you are there to just learn from them, as they're your greatest teacher, and you're there to serve them and nurture them. And that's my other tip. Are you smiling at mommy? So she's perfectly happy now to just watch me, and then we'll talk. Those are my tips. They're very flowy tips. Flow with your baby. Don't have preconceived ideas. Don't try to do ego to ego, will to will. Just work with love, intuition, nurturing, and I find that, for me at least, that works better than trying to be here. Just be in the gut and in the heart. That's my tip. Let me know if you have questions and suggestions for other mommy videos. Namaste.